And hello, this is Mike Lodge, the business advisor. I'm glad that you're here. It's a Monday. It's a beautiful day. If you could see out the window that's in front of me, you'd see a beautiful park. I mean, honestly, it's just almost like a park. It's beautiful outside. I had a good weekend. I just relaxed. Didn't really do much of anything except the normal house work that you have to do. But it was a good weekend. It was a relaxing weekend. And the weather was up in the 80s. Cools down in the 50s at night, so it's nice. I opened up my bedroom door and let the fresh air in. It's good stuff, I tell you, that fresh air. Very good stuff. Listen, I have been reading some stuff. And what we're seeing in the economy is that people just have not been prepared. They're not thinking at the moment that this is a tough situation to get through. The money is being used up by higher prices and taxes, because once you start paying on all those higher priced goods, you're paying higher sales and use taxes. You might not think about those sales and use taxes, but you're paying more. So we have a lot of issues that we need to look at as good stewards of our money, of what we need to do. So I'm thankful to Rachel Cruze. She puts out a list, and it's a good list, and I'm going to comment on them as I read them off to you. But they're really good, and it's something that we should be thinking about almost every single day, even if there was no inflation at all. We should be doing and thinking on these 12 items, 12 money mistakes that we people are making, and I include myself in this too. The number one was not educating yourself about money. Now, that one I do because I'm in that industry. I'm advising clients on it, on taxation and everything else. And I'm advising oftentimes mediating financial situations within families. Because they don't know the lingo, they don't know the words, they don't know the terminology, and they go off into a whole bunch of different directions. But it's our responsibility to monitor what we know and learn more about money and how to handle money. Throughout this whole month, I've been going through financial terms that I want you to know. So if you go to my blogging site, which is at www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge, just follow me there. And you will see all the blogs that I post on a daily basis. Over the weekend, there was a whole bunch on taxation, because we just got through tax time, and now it's time to really focus on what all those terminologies really mean. The second thing is we don't do any budgeting. I harp on you guys a lot about budgeting. I've even provided you a free budgeting worksheet on my website at www.lodge-co.com. It's free. It's there for you to use. Use it. Look at your budgeted number against your actual amount, and you'll see how well you're doing on a monthly basis. The other thing is not adjusting the tax withholding. Now, there's not much that you can do about that now, because the tax laws have kind of changed, and so it's based upon the amount of money that you're earning. The fourth thing was thinking you don't need an emergency fund. I tell you, I put together my emergency fund. I haven't had to use it yet, but I know it's there. If a tire goes flat, I know I've got an emergency fund. Not credit card. A credit card is not your emergency fund. That's your debt. That's your debt builder. If you're using credit cards, you're building debt. Stop it. If you have cash in the bank, it's called an emergency fund. You know that it's there to use. Paying off the highest loan first. And the rule of thumb is to start with the lower ones, pay off all the lower ones, and then hit the big ones. Only paying a minimum payment on your debt. Now, listen, if you've got debt, you better start paying down that debt, because it's going to cost you a lot more if you keep that debt around. So if you're adding a little bit more to the principle of it, and telling them that, hey, this extra $50 is going towards principal, start doing it. Whatever you can do to start paying down that debt. And let me tell you, if you've got student debt, start paying it down. That interest is still growing. It's still building up. So don't pay the minimum. Pay a little bit more so that you can pay down that debt. Get rid of that debt as soon as possible. The seventh one is buying more house than you can afford. Now, a lot of you are out there right now asking the question, should I buy a house? So you go out there and you're looking at buying a house and you're looking at more than what you can chew. It's too expensive. It's going to drain your cash flow on a monthly basis, and you're going to have stress and you're going to have conflict. Think about the type of house you're trying to buy and stay within the budget. Don't overspend on houses. Right now, houses are inflated. Right now, probably is not the best time to be looking at purchasing a home, especially if you are being strangled right now with your current budget. Think about that. Don't buy more than you can afford. Then the eighth one was allowing lifestyle inflation to happen. And then number 9 is waiting to save for retirement. My gosh, you guys should have been starting this right now. As soon as you started your first job, you should have started putting money away for retirement. I want you to sit down. If you got a 401k plan, participate in it. If you don't have one, go out there and get an IRA or a KEO or something out there that fits your budget, that fits your financial needs, okay? Number 10 was buying a brand new car. I haven't bought a brand new car in a long time. I've always gone and looked for the best car that was used and that had a good price. But now, unfortunately, what's happening now is that with inflation, used car prices have jumped 33%. That's a lot of a jump. So I need to buy a car at the moment. However, I'm not going to. I'll keep my car running because right now is not the best time to buy. It's inflation. So think about the dollar amount that you're going to spend. I'm not going to, for me personally, I am not going to put any debt on a car. I'm not going to do it. If I can't sell my car and purchase another car with cash and what I've got, that's the way I'm going to do it. Because I don't want car debt. I don't want it. Number 11 was putting all your eggs in one basket when it comes to your investments. It's very true. I see a lot of people who just put it all in one spot. I'm going to do all technology. The problem is that technology is jumping all around. So you could be making money one day and losing money the next day and lose it all. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Don't put it all in one basket. Have some in real estate, have some in gold, have some in silver, have some in... Forget about crypto, forget about all that other stuff. I don't like it. In fact, the FDIC just came out with a warning that said banks may be at risk because of their crypto involvement. So we have to be concerned about our own self also. We could have risk if you have crypto or foreign exchange or whatever else, that nonsense that all these people are trying to push to me on the internet. Number 12, and the final one, was not being on the same page with your spouse about money. And I see that all the time. When people come in for financial mediation because they're upset, they think each other it doesn't know how to spend money or how to save money or any of that. It's because they're not working together. They are off into their own little tangents. Many times there's one person in a marriage or a significant other that you're with that is really good at numbers. So, of course, you put that responsibility of finances in that person's court. And so then that person gets upset when you're spending money or not making enough money to bring in. And so what do? You have conflict. And that conflict leads to divorce so many times just because of finances. You see, if you're not working together and if you don't know what the numbers are together, and if you haven't made the decisions together, you're going to have conflict. You cannot turn around and point the fingers at each other. You can't do it. Because if you're making the decisions together, then you've both owned that decision that you made. The direction that you're going into with your finances. See, all 12 of these things that I've mentioned today are very important that we live by, not just in a time of inflation and recession that we're going through right now, but it's sound, common sense thinking about how we should be living our lives on a daily basis, good times and bad times. Because we are responsible. In fact, I'm going to get biblical here because God has told us that we need to be good stewards of our money. We are responsible for how we make our money, what we spend our money on, and what we give our money to. And if we're not doing that, then we're really missing the boat. We're not doing what's right financially. I'm writing a new book. It's be out probably in the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's called Per God on Business. And in that I talk about this whole deal of personal finance where individuals need to work together or go out and get sound advice of people who can sit down and work with you on your budgets. Listen, money is stressful. It really is. And the more stress that you pound upon yourselves because you don't know what you're doing, you're not educated in the financial information that's out there available for you to improve on, then you're just going to be spinning your wheels and you're going to have the same frustrations and the same conflicts and disputes over and over and over again. Know your financial situation. Don't just be guessing it on a month-to-month basis. It's not going to help you. Planning is the key word to everything here. You need to plan your financial success. Don't be lazy. Don't depend on somebody else to do it. Get involved. Get it done. This is Mike Lodge. If you want to know more about me, go to www.lodge.co.com. And if you want to download that free Excel budgeting spreadsheet, or all the other free spreadsheets that I have in there, just click on the 60-minute Business Advisor tab that's in that www.lodge-co.com. Listen, this is Mike Lodge. I hope that this Monday is going to be the best Monday ever for you. That you're going to sit down and you're going to really think, okay, what can I do to better my financial situation? It's important. So that's it. This is Monday. Everybody go out and have a great one. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.